I think we're live. What's up, all y'all trickly bastards? Welcome back to It's 1700 Summer. As always, I'm Ethan. Yep, and that's Josh. So, how you doing today, Josh? That's good. So, Jesus Christ, folks. Why does the desktop pop-up start just pouring in as soon as the show starts? It's almost like it happens at the top of the hour every hour. Yeah, something like that. Well, I set mine up for like news stories and stuff like that so I can get them for the show, but they're just constantly. I need to clear out some of them that are. Why does the desktop pop up just pouring in as soon as the show starts? Adjust that stuff. So it's almost like it happens at the top of the hour. Yeah, this week we do not have Connor with us. He's probably sleeping, I'd assume. He's on the other side of the ocean, so it's pretty late for him. Well, I set mine up for like news stories and stuff like that so I can get them for the show, but they're just. I need to clear out some of them that are. Why does the desktop pop up just pouring in as soon as the show starts? Adjust that stuff. So it's almost like it happens at the top of the hour. We don't have any audio. No, we do not. I think I know what it is. I was trying to change a couple things, but for now we should have audio. Good. Good, good, good. So let's keep talking. Well, it's gonna take a second for it to catch up to where we're at. So, I think I know what it is. I was trying to change a couple things, but
What?
for now we should have audio.
Oh.
Good, good. So let's keep talking. Well, it's gonna take a second for it to catch up to where we're at. So, I think I know what it is. I was trying to change a couple things, but
What?
for now we should
Yeah.
have audio.
Oh.
Good, good.
I've been eating the shit out of Dinty
Let's
Moore's
keep
beef
talking. Well,
stew.
it's gonna take a second for it to catch up to where we're at.
Yeah, I love it.
I think I know what it is. I was trying to change a couple things, but
What? And crab cakes. I've been eating crab cakes. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I love crab cakes, and they're on sale right now. They're only like $7 for 2 of them. Beef stew. Yeah, I love it.
I think I know what it is. I was trying to change a couple things,
Yeah, it's
What?
brand is and
Phillips?
crab cakes. I've been eating crab
but
cakes.
now we should have
Yeah.
audio.
And they're like $6.99 right now. They're usually $8.99, but 2 of them. Beef stew. It comes with a box of 2 of them.
It sounds like our
Just
audio
put
should be alright now. I think I know
you
what
just
it
put
is.
them in the oven for like 16 minutes,
Trying
and
to
that's
change a
it.
couple things,
Yeah, it's
What?
brand is and
Phillips?
crab cakes. I've been eating crab
but now we
cakes.
should have
Yeah,
audio.
and they're like $6.99 right now. They're usually
I love crab
$8.99, but 2 of them. Beef stew.
You're gonna have to turn your mic on because I don't think we can hear you. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's
What?
Yeah.
But that was because of the show too.
Well, hopefully we don't have an echo today. And I do have an echo.
Not as bad as it could be.
Still pretty bad.
It'll be fine.
cheer up, Charlie. We all love
That's funny.
you.
Is it me that's really muffled? What the fuck is going on there?
I don't think I'm gonna start drinking yet.
Yeah, I know we have a bad echo. We don't know what to do about it. So you're muffled and I'm echoing.
Everything that was changed is normal now. I don't get it.
Life of the show.
Yep. Do you guys go ahead and just talk about something while I try to fix this? Because you guys are coming through. You just have some echo in it.
Okie dokie. How was your week, Josh? Same as Samo.
Yeah, I went to a baseball game on Tuesday because
Yeah, how was that?
we have a minor league baseball team here. It's pretty fun. The mascot
Yeah.
the mascot kept fucking with us because my sister. Everyone thinks she's hot, so
That's funny.
I got a free T-shirt. It was funny because he had a lightsaber at one point, and my mom was like, "Oh, he has a light up sword," and I was like, "Mom, that's called a lightsaber."
You're like, no, it's not a sword. Get it right.
They are kind of technically a sword, but
Well, I get that, but
It was fun. They had like a it was like bring your dog night. You're allowed to bring your dog to the stadium. I didn't take mine, but there were some other dogs there.
why didn't you take yours? He would have liked it.
No, he would have been pissing. Like I can't take him anywhere. He pisses on everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, this is mine. Piss here. This is mine. Piss here."
Oh, no, dog peed here, so I'm gonna pee here too. That's funny.
That and I don't know how you do around that many people. I don't think you do well. He might have, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had it was a dollar hot dog night, so you can get a hot dog
Nice.
for $1. Yeah. Their fries were really good, but they weren't fresh. They were cold, but if they were fresh, they would have been like the best fries I've had. But
Oh, I bet. Fries fresh are always the best.
I mean, they were even good cold though, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's good.
alright. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
There's
get
not a lot
off
of
the-
fries that you can.
call line.
It was a pretty boring game though. Like there weren't a lot of hits. Not,
Yeah.
Way back. Here. Sorry, they may not be able to hear y'all because I'm changing some stuff up. Oops.
That's funny. They're like, hello, tech support.
Now I can't hear anything in my fucking headphones. Let me change.
You were correct.
I'm getting pissed off because I always buy these little personal pan pizzas at the store,
Yeah.
and they haven't had them yet. They haven't had them in like a week.
And they still don't have them?
Nope, I went there today and they still don't have them. And I was like, they have
That's
like
stupid.
I like the Supreme Pizza, and they have like other ones. They have like 5 cheese and pepperoni and shit. But I'm like, man, I want the Supreme one.
Yeah. Did you settle?
Nope, I didn't buy any.
No.
I just bought beer and cigarettes.
So what kind of brand are the pan pizzas?
Red
Are they?
Baron. Yeah. It's,
Oh, Red Baron.
Yeah, Red Baron.
Am I having problems with my mic? My headphones?
You sound super muffled.
I think my headphones are fucked.
Well, you tripped over them yesterday. I don't know what you did. Unless when you're messing with things, you mess something up.
I don't really change anything. Can y'all hear me now? Well, let me change the Skype. real quick.
You sound funny. Sound like sound like you have a dick in your mouth.
I know one of your cords over there.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fixed.
Or can they hear you?
Or not, maybe not.
Can y'all hear me? I can't
Yeah.
hear you. So y'all can hear me now? I'm not muffled anymore?
Nope.
No.
So it is my headphones. Fuck.
Can you not hear me?
Hold on.
He can hear you.
I can't hear them.
He can't hear us.
That's what I thought. I was answering his question. Well,
Alright. Can we try it again?
what's up? Yeah.
We're talking. He still can't hear us.
Can't hear anything. Everything should be.
You broke your headphones, and this time it wasn't me or the kids.
One time I tripped over this shit.
And you broke them.
You right? At least I just gotta take them back to.
Unless it's Skype.
I don't know. It could be Skype.
I mean, did he use them after he tripped over them?
Yeah, he used them yesterday,
So then,
but not like that though. Like he didn't use it like on a game or anything. So
What's going on?
he's gonna go take his beer out of the freezer.
So we can do it if I do it like that, I guess. What's wrong with it? Sonny says, I'm just here for the beers and shenanigans.
Well, there's no beer and there's no. Well, there is beer, but shenanigans. There's technical difficulties, but that's it so far for the shenanigans.
what are you drinking, Des?
I'm drinking mixed drink. That's what I'm drinking.
I almost bought when I was at the store. They had like bottles of like a variety pack of like tropical flavors, like passion fruit and lime Rita, and I don't know. I can't remember what the others were. A coconut one, and they were like 8% alcohol. I almost bought them, but I was like, I don't know, that might hurt my stomach.
Yeah. Those are pretty good sometimes.
Checking. Am I getting picked up now?
I mean, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I'm trying to see if it's getting picked up for the show, because I'm still not getting picked up on the show.
That's weird.
That is weird.
You know, Minecraft is banned in Turkey.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that says too violent for children.
No, it's not.
It says
I'm like-
it's been banned
Okay, now
since
now it's picking me
2015.
up. Okay, finally it's working. I guess there's no point in wearing the headphones right now.
No.
All right.
You finally got it to work?
Yeah, it was picking me up on the thing. So let me make sure it's still picking me up.
You still not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Well, I've got it.
Oh,
He can hear you. He's just doing stuff.
well, you gotta have it come to the TV now.
I think so. I think that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Speaking of, there's another ban that's interesting. Baby walkers are banned in Canada.
Okay.
I don't. It doesn't say why.
Just
If you attempt to sell one, it's $100,000 fine.
Dean Kearney or Cerny. Angry Orchard is really good. I like the rosé.
So I guess they banned them because they say it delays child development.
I could see that depending on like if the mother's keeping the kid in the walker for too long.
And the what? Walkers?
A walker.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Because it is making it harder for them to, actually be able to walk. It's making them lazy.
It could be also very detrimental for their health if they're allowed to walk off a porch too.
Knock it off.
Oh, it was a joke.
What
No,
happened?
that's not a funny joke.
Oh, when
Oh, because when Drissa was 2, or almost 2, he walked off the porch and busted his mouth.
Oh,
He was giving me a hard time about it. As always.
when my sister was like 6, fucking, we were at the playground and I scared her and she turned around to run and smacked her face on a metal pole.
oh damn.
She had a huge, like golf ball sized knot above her eyebrow.
You're not nice.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
I didn't read anything interesting this week.
So we got. I mean, there's a couple interesting things from this week. Let me go ahead and.
I mean, I did read some, but I don't remember what the fuck they were.
It's like, here's a sports one that you might be able to actually shed a little light onto for me. I read the article, but it's a receiver on the Browns. I guess he.
Odell Beckham Jr.
I don't think it's Odell Beckham. It's Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. I guess. Oh, he was like playing at a junior college and was pretty good, but didn't get accepted to any big colleges. So he just went and hustled. And the story says how he conned his way into the NFL on the Browns.
So what? He's an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, something like that. I read the article, but I didn't quite understand a lot of it. But it's like, let's see. Okay, so Damon Sheehy Giuseppe will be out there catching passes from Baker Mayfield and more often from third stringer Garrett Gilbert. Today at Browns OTAs, he's a long shot, but he has a shot to make the roster this preseason. But the story is not where Damon Sheehy Giuseppe is now, it's how he got here. The Cleveland Plain Dealer just ran an article on how he became a Cleveland Brown, and it's absolutely bananas, real life movie. It all started back in 2016, the last time he played football. He had been at a junior college, All-American kick returner for Phoenix College, not to be confused with the University of Phoenix. But when his 2016 season didn't earn him a scholarship to Phoenix, he went in search of bigger opportunities. So yeah, he went and applied to all the SEC and Big 12 schools, but they didn't get anything. And then eventually he just ended up trying to go straight to the NFL, and he got picked up by the Browns.
So you cheated?
No, he didn't cheat.
He's a walk-on.
Mm-hmm. So, and he managed to actually make it on the team, which is actually pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there was that one story about the guy from it was a Mark Wahlberg movie. He was in
Yeah, Invincible.
Yep. He was a walk on too in like the 70s. Wasn't it in the 70s? But yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
It was a good movie. I liked it.
It was a pretty good movie. So.
He was big in that movie, dude.
Echo and delay at the same time. Sounds like Athen is arguing with himself. So I don't know what's going on. How is this even?
I liked it.
It was a pretty good movie. So.
He was big in that movie, dude.
Echo
Not
and delay at
fighting
the
with
same time.
himself.
Sounds like
That's
Athen.
funny.
It sounds fine to me when I monitor. I don't know. Well, I threw a D cell battery at my brother and hit him in the face with it. He ain't been right ever since. Right?
That's pretty funny.
That would hurt, dude. A D-cell battery?
Mm-hmm.
I hit my brother in the head with a brush before. Gave him a big old goose egg. I was mean to my brother.
You're mean to everyone.
No, I'm not mean to everybody. I mean, there's certain people.
Mm-hmm.
She's nice to me.
I am nice to you.
You
That
must
means
be
she
doing
doesn't
something
like
wrong, guy.
He is doing something wrong all the time.
So did you guys hear that Iceland decided that they were going to officially recognize the Norse gods again? They're actually building a temple in Iceland.
Yeah, I've read a little bit about that.
That's
I
pretty
saw the
cool.
headline. I didn't read it.
Mm-hmm. Thought that was pretty neat. So now you can move to Iceland and become a what exactly is the name of that pantheon? Is it just Norse?
I think it's dumb.
I don't know.
Oh, and in some of the gaming news, we got a drop for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Their first trailer on that this week, so that's pretty neat. That's Call of Duty Modern Warfare is supposed to come out October 25th of this year. So you might see a bunch of people disappear for a period of time around then.
Probably.
The trailer was pretty awesome. And then, actually, here's this story right here that I wanted to talk about real quick. It was shared by Julie Little Spud Romaine, and basically what it is I'll share it into the chat for the show. But basically what it is there were these two girls. They were half sisters, I think it was, and both of them, this guy was their dad. And they made a pact, or a pact or a bet, challenge each other to see who could fuck their dad first. And I know the one that did actually end up fucking him, she was 21 when it happened, and they actually also ended up getting married. He claims that he didn't know she was their daughter, or she was his daughter, because he wasn't on the birth certificate, and like she had to actually like get her mom to tell her who he was so she could find him to try to fuck him. And apparently the article also says that he's like not fully 100% mentally there. But yeah, anyways, he ended up getting arrested and going to prison or jail for incest, because this happened in Nebraska. It says Phil Grove told officers that he didn't believe he was Kirshner's father because his name is not on her birth certificate. But DNA results showed that 99.99% probability that Phil Grove was her dad. Yeah, David said. So yeah, I mean, I understand why someone's being put in jail. I understand that. I don't get why he is the one being put in jail, because he's not the one who initiated it. He's not the one, all that stuff. Is it just because he's the one with the dick, so he's the one that goes to jail?
I think so.
That's usually how it works.
That's stupid, though. I mean, they took advantage of him for the most part, is what it sounds like from the article. And I mean, if he did actually fuck his daughter, knowing that it was his daughter, and intentionally do that, then I mean, there's problems there, and that needs to be dealt with. But I don't know, just interesting, and I wanted to just kind of talk about that real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't know.
Sounds like there's some mental problems going on around there.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be mentally unstable to go and want to fuck your dad in the first place. So, or even have a contest to see who's gonna fuck their dad first.
Yeah.
There has to be some problems upstairs if, you know, you're doing that.
All right, so a half hour in the show, we finally got the show rolling. I mean, we're limping though, limping. So,
Limping along.
we ain't gonna be able to take calls today.
I should have bought a damn soda.
Should have bought a damn soda.
Yeah, I don't feel like drinking beer right now.
No. Oh. So, a NASA meteor. NASA says a meteor almost or just hit Australia. I think this one was actually yesterday. So in the article, there's like pictures. Hypersonic fireball just hit Australia with the power of a nuclear bomb. There's a video of the meteor coming in and exploding in the atmosphere. But it was being slow.
In Australia?
Yeah, I was in Australia.
I didn't hear about that one.
So here's some pictures. It's right. It was near a hospital. It just the pictures right here are pretty neat. So read more. Huh. A 1.8 mile wide asteroid will skim Earth this week at 48,100 miles per hour. Well, that's pretty neat. So that's kind of concerning too. All these asteroids and near freaking Earth shit.
I mean, it's gonna happen. They know it's 100% guaranteed. It's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Babe, can you pick it up?
Yeah. I was talking about a meteor.
Let me open it.
What did you say about Josh?
What I said?
Oh, I'm trying to open it right now.
Oh, I said. I mean, scientists know, or everyone knows that it's 100% guaranteed that we're gonna be hit by a
Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
thing. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually.
Well, yeah. They say that on the west coast here, on the fault line, on the Oregon coast, there's supposed to be a massive earthquake that's going to cause massive tidal waves and wipe out half the west coast. Well, they've been having small seismic earthquakes along that fault line a lot more frequent this year than it has in the past.
Andrea's fault.
So, no, that's in California.
Oh, I thought that's what you said, California.
No, there's a massive fault line on the west coast, off the Oregon coast line, in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Those plates,
about that.
if they can grind and move, that is going to cause a massive earthquake. So there's already been quite a bit of earthquakes this year from that. So just a matter of time before something huge happens.
Can Josh still hear
Yeah.
you?
Huh?
Can you still hear talk this?
Yeah, I can hear.
Can you hear now?
Tell her to talk.
I did.
Hello? I did.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, good.
It's not as good, but I can hear.
Because
Okay.
I was trying to, because the echo was pretty disgusting over here on this end. So
But no, it's like you said, there's it's not time before a meteor happens or a volcano happens or something happens that are kind of
There's always something that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I guess like on the west coast we have more active volcanoes than anywhere else. There's so many right now that are just boiling under the surface.
Well, it's kind of one of the things of being on the West Coast.
Yep. The biggest one that we should be afraid of is in Yellowstone, Old Faithful. If that happens, we're all gone. Because that would be a big one. Anywhere else. There's so many right now that are just boiling under the surface.
Oh, man.
It's kind of one of the things of being on the West Coast.
What up? Oh.
I'm trying to do what?
I was gonna pull up the meteor story, but
To meet your story.
what?
Which one?
The meteor story.
Are you the one that I was just doing?
Yeah.
It's in
Oh.
Discord. It's not that difficult to pull
I
up.
know. I was trying to click on it, but I can't get it to pull up.
Click on the hyperlink. See? But yeah, basically just I mean, there's not a lot to it. Just a asteroid detonated in the atmosphere over Australia the other day. So.
I bet that looks cool.
Huh?
I said I bet that looks
From the
cool.
picture,
I bet it would
looked
too.
pretty.
From the pictures, it looks like it looked cool. Just fucking in the middle of the night and the sky turns to daytime for a half second. That would be awesome. So, and then I don't know exactly. I couldn't really think of a use for it. But did you know IBM has a website you can go to if you want to be able to use
Yeah. A quantum
a
computer.
quantum computer? Yeah. You only get a month per or a minute per month to be able to use it, but on a quantum computer, the amount of calculations that can be done in a minute is kind of stupid. But
Yeah.
as like, you'd have to be like a scientist or something like that that needs to like crunch some really big numbers in order to have, unless you want to just be able to say that I used a
Use
a quantum
computer today because I'm cool.
yeah, basically. That's about the only other reason. But I'll link the website here in the chat. So if you want to be able to be one of those people that says they got to use a quantum computer, there you go. So cloud-based quantum computing. Apparently, you can actually buy or pay for packages that like have more usage time, more airtime, I guess you could call it.
That is Vito.
Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna grab a beer.
Okay.
I was gonna say don't fuck it too hard. but here we go.
Let's see. That's one that Josh will want to talk about, because that's from him. We got some E3 news. We could talk about the vets that built the wall.
I'm going to talk about Harambe's death.
Yep, the 3 years after Harambe. His 3-year death anniversary.
Poor guy.
Yep, all he was trying to do was be a babysitter.
Not a very good one, may I say.
So we can talk about the evolution of walking upright. That's another one that you probably wouldn't know much about. So there were more. We can talk about this one real quick while Josh is away. The military identifies more remains of American war dead handed over by North Korea. So
That's pretty cool.
U.S. military said on Tuesday that it had identified a total of 6 American troops from 55 boxes of human remains from the 1950 to 1953 Korean War that North Korea handed over last year, even as the Pentagon has said it has given up hope of recovering more of them in the near future. The U.S. Defense POW MIA account agency, which works to recover missing American troops around the world, earlier this month said it had not heard from North Korea since the second U.S.-North Korean summit held in Hanoi in February with no agreement. The agency said it had suspended efforts for 2019. After their first...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I'll wait till you're done.
All right. After their first summit in June last year, U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a declaration committing to the recovery of remains of soldiers killed in the war. So that's pretty neat.
So I just got back, but did you hear after the failed summit, the most recent one that they North Korea executed 5 people.
Really?
Yeah, because it failed. Like they executed like who the fuck was it? I don't know, some high official that was in charge of it or some shit, and then like 4 other people
Oh, damn.
executed them by firing squad.
Well, I mean, that's what you get for living in North Korea.
Yep, I read that this morning.
Damn. North Korea is some fucked up place. So, hey Josh, did you want to talk about the new AMD cards?
I mean, I haven't read a lot about them because like they haven't released a lot of info, but they're supposed to be coming out with a new AMD graphics card, the RX 5700, supposed to be out in July. They haven't released a price on it yet, so I don't know, what the price is going to be, but it's supposed to be about 10% better than the 2070. But they also said that the platform that they tested it on favors AMD, so
So
take it with a grain of salt. So it's probably close to a 2070, I guess.
yeah, it's okay. So I'll probably be on key with the 2070 because I mean, if that platform favors AMD, I'm sure it's not going to give it too great of a boost, more than 10%. So you probably figure it's probably going to be right about at the same level as the 2070 then, like you were saying. And AMD is generally less expensive than oh Jesus Christ,
NVIDIA.
yeah, NVIDIA or Intel, which is what
Yeah.
AMD tends to be less expensive than Intel, so you can I'm probably going to think that the 5700 is probably, because my 2070 was only what, $500 or $600, so
I think so.
I'd be willing to bet that the 5700 probably used to be somewhere in the $300 to $400 range. I bet.
Yeah, it kind of pisses me off because I could have got one.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well.
So
Mine's fine for now. I can play Battlefield 5 on high settings, so whatever.
that's all you need.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck is up with my headphones later after the show. Hopefully I didn't fuck them.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
I mean, it's not too big of a deal because all we gotta do is go to fucking Best Buy and get a new pair. But
Where's
still,
Best? Is it? You gotta go to bin for that?
Yeah, you have to go to bin, so we're not gonna be able to do that for a few days.
Yep, not a nice day.
Mm-hmm. So, we got some more stuff here. So, for those of you who are concerned with it, I would be, but I don't have a PlayStation, so that makes me really sad. But The Last of Us 2 has a release date to be announced this week. This was on the 28th, so it should have already been announced. I didn't see it. I haven't actually seen it yet, though, so it may not be announced. Yeah, so this week they're announcing the release date for The Last of Us 2, which is awesome. It's probably going to be coming out somewhere around Christmas, I would assume, because that's usually when they drop. So, but yeah, as soon as I hear something as far as when that drops, we'll let y'all know on that.
You never beat the first one.
I googled it. I don't see anything.
I thought you didn't.
What was that, Josh?
I said I googled it, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything actually come out as far as that's going to be all over the place as soon as it drops. But sad thing about it is it's a PlayStation exclusive. So, but no, I did when because my PlayStation crashed.
How'd you beat it?
No, it crashed. It was a good ways before I beat it, but my PlayStation crashed, and then when we moved out here and I got the PlayStation here, the white one, we got The Last of Us again, and I beat it that time around.
Okay.
Why's it gotta be white?
Because my PlayStation was white. I got the kick-ass white PlayStation. It was the Destiny.
What are you, a consolist?
Huh?
So what are you, a consolist?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I had to pre-order the Destiny bundle, so I got a special white console. When I buy consoles, I usually just pre-order them so I can pay them off over time.
You discriminate against other consoles?
Yes, I do. So, there's going to be it's rumored that there's going to be a Simpsons game being announced at E3 this year. So, I'm looking forward to E3 this year. There's a whole bunch of things going to be popping up. But didn't you say who was it that's not going to be at E3 this year at all? Sony, right?
Yeah, Sony.
Yep. So that's
They said like that they don't think it helps. It's not going to help. Like basically they're saying it's a waste of time nowadays because fucking you have internet and everyone has internet and the way technology is that there's no need to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, a lot of the fans aren't going to like it because, I mean, that's the way for you to actually go get, hands-on knowledge of a lot of the stuff. So, but, I mean, at the same time, like you said, you can just go on.
I think they were just like, it doesn't matter. It's not going to help our sales, so fuck it, we're not going.
Yeah, exactly. So, I've never been to an E3 anyway, so I guess I can't really complain.
I haven't either. It's dumb too, because when I was in San Diego, I could have went to BlizzCon like twice, and I didn't even go.
We did go to Comic-Con though, didn't we?
No, I didn't. You might have.
Oh, that might have been the first time I was in San Diego. I went to Comic-Con.
Yeah, I bet that was pretty cool.
So hold on. What?
Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
Huh? Oh, I just said that. I bet that was pretty cool. Comic-Con.
It was like back when Comic-Con was first starting to like become a popular thing. Like there wasn't very many people there because it wasn't a big thing like this. Like I said,
oh, really?
Yeah, this is the first time I was in San Diego, so it had to have been in probably 02, I'd say 02, 03 when I went there. So yeah. But what were you saying, Bill?
I said the kids would like you to get a console one day.
Yeah, the kids would like me to get a console one day, but I'm probably not going to. I'd like me to get a console one day so I can play The Last of Us 2. But it's not going to happen. And that's the game that's not going to be dropped on PC either. They don't do a PC port for it. So
I haven't played console since 360. Which is weird for me because I usually have every console.
Yeah. I had a PlayStation 4, but I got rid of it a while ago. So
I mean, my roommate has an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the Xbox.
He's playing Red Dead 2.
Nice. Yeah, I had a blue Xbox One.
Yeah, but then you never played it, and then we sold it.
Yep.
Yeah, he likes to get into poker games and have me come in there and I play. And I win him money.
Nice. Yeah.
He just sits there and drinks and watches me play.
I never played the Xbox One because I liked the PlayStation 4 better. So the Xbox One always just sat there. So I was like, there's no point in having a console that I don't ever use. So I sold it.
Yeah, all my friends have Xbox. I don't know anyone that has a PS4.
Really?
Yeah.
Neither do I.
I always liked Sony better, but I mean, I used to have all the consoles, but
yeah.
Like when my house got robbed, I had the first, second, and third generation PS3s. The first generation was completely backwards compatible. It was nice.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, it all got stolen, and I had an Xbox.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And I had like 2 computers. They were all stolen too.
In some of the more comical type news, well, it is a little comical, but then again, not. This week, there was on the U.S.-Mexico border, there's a triple amputee veterans group that built a 1-mile border wall. So they're already getting it all started down there. This group, 1 mile of border wall has been constructed on the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas as a result of efforts from the non-profit group We Build the Wall Incorporated, which crowdfunded more than $22 million in order to privately build a border wall and then sell it to the U.S. government. So people are
funny.
getting serious about that shit. But then right after that, I think it was the next day, I got this pop up as far as.
Didn't they get hit with a cease and desist?
Yep, they did. New Mexico City
Yeah.
sent cease and desist to nonprofit that built 1 mile southern wall. So the new privately constructed 1 mile stretch of U.S.-Mexico border wall reportedly lacks proper permits, and New Mexico City officials have issued a cease and desist letter. A spokesperson for Sunland Park, New Mexico, said that We Build the Wall Incorporated. Oh, let me open that article up so I can read a little more. So that We Build the Wall Incorporated, the organization behind the wall's construction, did not obtain necessary construction permits from the city before it constructed the 1 mile long wall on private property near Sunland Park and El Paso, Texas. Texas Tribune reported Tuesday. The group had crowdfunded more than $22 million to build a portion of the southern wall, and this 1 mile stretch cost between $6 and $8 million and was put up in about 3 days. Well, that's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
So now they just got to go get the permits. But
Yeah.
you're supposed to do that before you build.
Yeah.
Oh.
It says, but Bradley Jackson said, but the wall is on private property.
Sadly, you still have to get permits to that stuff because, like, with a house, if you want to do add-ons or renovation to your house, like put a porch on, you have to go get fucking permits and all that shit, which is stupid.
Yep.
So,
Yippers.
you can't even do what you want with your own land. You have to get permission. So this week also was the 3-year anniversary of Harambe's death. Rest in peace,
Did
Harambe.
that for Harambe.
We can't do that. We're on Facebook. We get shut down.
I didn't mean get your ass up and freaking whip your dick out.
I don't even know what it is, so.
You don't know Harambe, the
Harambe.
gorilla that was killed
Gorilla?
because of the kid?
Nope.
No? Oh, yeah. It became an internet.
Enlighten me.
So 3 years ago, there was a kid that fell into a gorilla enclosure at a zoo, and the gorilla Harambe came up and picked up the kid, and then they shot the gorilla and killed him because the gorilla was probably actually going to kill the kid. So yeah, they killed the gorilla and they rescued the kid, and since then, Harambe has been an internet thing. He's been memed the fuck out, and they're like, it's dicks out for Harambe. Rest in peace, Harambe. Praise Harambe. All that stuff. He's the hero he's the hero we don't deserve, but the hero we need. So it's just what the internet does with stuff. He's a dead gorilla became a celebrity.
Interesting.
Yes. So, let's see. There was a U.S. Marine that was killed, that died of injuries in an Australian training accident. And fucking come on, American military news. A U.S. Marine, or is it a U.S. Marine or is it a U.S. soldier? Which one is it now? So a U.S. soldier has died after being hurt in a vehicle accident during training exercises in northern Australia, the Marine Corps said on Wednesday. About 2,500 U.S. Marines are stationed in the tropical city of Darwin, strategically located on the coastal doorstep of neighboring Indonesia, as a part of an annual rotation program that began in 2011. Lance Corporal Hans Sandoval Pereira, is that Pereira died on Tuesday after being hurt.
That's correct.
After being hurt in the vehicle accident at a military training area about 110 kilometers, 70 miles southeast of Darwin on Saturday, the Marine Corps said in a statement. No. He was a beloved member of our community, and our deepest sympathies go out to his family and friends, said his commander, Colonel Russ Boyce. Sandoval Pereira was treated at the scene before being evacuated to hospital, where he died from his injuries. Another soldier was also hurt but was released from hospital, and the accident is being investigated. So let's go ahead and put him in our thoughts and prayers. Do whatever it is that you do for that stuff. That's never a good thing when they die. So or when people are killed like that. So Yeah, moving it right along.
Moving right along.
Do we want to talk about the evolution of walking upright?
Sure, that sounds interesting.
I mean, I guess.
So, evolution of walking upright linked to ancient supernova and weird new theory. A massive star explosion, 2.6 million years ago, may be the reason we walk on 2 feet. Carl Sagan famously said, "We are made of star stuff." For modern humans, this may be true in a very unexpected way. Research published Tuesday in the Journal of Geology suggests that stars are what nudged our ancient ancestors to evolve to walk on 2 feet. It posits that supernovae that occurred millions of years ago led to an increase in wildfires, forcing early humans out of the trees and onto the plains of Africa. The paper's authors argue, using geological data, that the cosmic rays emanating from one or more supernovae reached Earth about 2.6 million years ago, setting off a catastrophic chain of events that resulted in our ancient hominin ancestors transitioning to walking upright on 2 legs. And the paper study co-authors Adrian Mellott, PhD, professor emeritus of physics and astronomy at the University of Kansas, and Brian Thomas, PhD, professor of physics and astronomy at Washburn University, build their case by connecting the dots among past studies on cosmic rays, atmospheric science, and anthropology. So, the supernovae in question, they hypothesized, came from about 50 parsecs, which is 163 light years away from our planet. That's actually, considering things, the grand scheme of stuff, 163 light years away.
That's not very far.
That's not very far at all. So, yeah. When the cosmic rays radiating out from them reached Earth, they set off a series of electron avalanches in the planet's atmosphere. This, in turn, led to an abundance of lightning storms, and these storms touched off forest fires in northeastern Africa, where our human ancestors were living in the trees. Well, that's pretty neat. And you would probably know this one. They used parsecs as a something in Star Wars, right? That's a what was it? Han Solo did some course in like a certain number of parsecs, right? Am I mistaken?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. I just thought it was neat that parsecs is actually an actual measurement, but in Star Wars, they used it as a measurement of time, not a measurement of distance. So
They said, let's see, parsec was a unit 3.26 light years.
3.26 light years? Okay. No.
I don't know.
He holds the time record. I still drag my knuckles. Okay, so Bradley Jackson says, I still drag my knuckles, and parsec is a unit of measurement, and he holds the time record. So, he holds the time record. I knew it was, but didn't they mention parsecs in Star Wars? I could have sworn it was parsecs they were saying.
Yeah, they did.
So, but that's what I was saying. It's weird that they're using parsecs as a measurement of time in Star Wars when it's actually a measurement of distance. But then at the same point, when you're dealing with light years, you're both dealing with a measurement of time and a measurement of distance. That's what makes light years and light speed so confusing. Either way, let's get away from quantum physics and go into, politics.
Oh, yay. Politics.
What would you rather talk about, Josh?
What are my choices?
Quantum physics or politics?
I don't know. I do like quantum physics, but
Or we can talk.
You can talk about politics if you want.
I really don't want to, though. This is just.
That's what I figured.
We could talk about Hideo Kojima's new game. The Death Stranding, the one that's got Daryl from The Walking Dead as the main voice and character actor in it.
That's pretty neat.
So Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding finally gets a release date. So after years of waiting, Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding has finally been given a release date and a plot description. So I'm sure I don't need to explain to you who Hideo Kojima is, right, Josh?
No, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, yeah. So Hideo Kojima is the creator of Metal Gear Solid, that recently got fired from the company that was doing it, and now he's doing his own game, which is Death Stranding. Its release date is November 8th, 2019. It's a PS4 exclusive. Oh, great. The game is up for pre-order through the PlayStation Store right now, with lots of exclusive pre-order bonuses available. Sharing the date and gameplay reveal over on PlayStation official Twitch account. It seems all that black goo and the happy thumbs up baby are making a little more sense, sort of. All right, so congratulations. If you play on PlayStation, in November you will be able to play Death Stranding.
Awesome.
I mean,
I don't know. What'd you say it was about? You know?
It's been really quiet on it.
It says, let's see, it says take control of a working man, Sam Bridges, as he braves a deadly and mysterious world where death's tide lurks everywhere.
I've seen a few, review gameplays. People get to play a few minutes of the game and all that stuff and see what it's like. And it's honestly not really a game that I'm too interested in, I don't think.
Yeah.
But, it's Hideo Kojima, so there's going to be lots of people interested in it. Just based on that. And then Daryl, obviously. Or what's his actual name?
Norman Reedus or
Norman.
some shit.
Yeah, Norman Reedus. I'm sure that's going to get a lot of fucking attraction for people to it also, just because of him.
He's a good actor.
So, yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors.
We spoke about that one earlier, how the military, we got more remains of the American dead from North Korea identified. There's a dude who lit himself on fire outside the White House this week.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So,
Crazy people.
hey, if you want to make a point that bad, let's see what.
I get it. But...
This is a breaking story. Please check back for updates as more information becomes available. This was actually a couple days ago on the 29th.
yeah.
An individual has set themselves on fire outside the White House. The second incident in less than 2 months. Oh, wow. It's happened.
Yeah, I heard about the first one.
So, video shows an individual ablaze on the lawn before he is extinguished by law enforcement. Here's a video of it.
Oh, great.
Oh, there he is.
I'm walking around.
Chilling in there, fucking on fire. A lot of black smoke.
He was wearing clothes.
And then fire extinguisher. Alright, so,
I'm so sorry.
photos show
Something else is happening.
the man sets himself on fire, and he's just standing there.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Who are you saying you're sorry to, bitch? Alright. At approximately 12:20 p.m., a man lit himself on fire on the Ellipse near 15th and Constitution Avenue. Secret Service personnel are on scene assisting, and U.S. Park Police and rendering first aid. I would assume he died, but
I don't know.
no details were made available about the suspect or their condition. An identical situation happened last month when a man set his jacket on fire outside the White House, prompting Secret Service to respond and extinguish the flames, which had caused a significant amount of smoke. So yeah, it doesn't say anything about whether or not the dude died, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there anything you believe in enough to where you'd want to set yourself on fire?
Nope, I'm good on that. I will not set myself on fire, guy.
So Don says, "Damn that echo." Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. What the fuck is going on during the show? On with the show. He did.
I don't know.
So
I don't hear an echo now, but
this video might get flagged because of the music. What music?
There is no music.
Don says, "Damn that echo." Norman. I don't hear no. There's no music, Don. I don't know what you're.
he's
Yeah.
high.
We have no music playing.
I'm just kidding. Don doesn't do that.
Don doesn't get high.
No, he does not.
So, yeah, we got the drop for the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare that happened this week. Totally looking forward to that.
I think Adam's looking forward to that.
I am looking forward to that. So, here's
What are you looking forward to?
the drop of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh,
So when it comes out,
I mean, there's no reason to get excited. It's far away.
it's October. It's not too far away.
It's 4 months away.
Mm-hmm. No, we got a story. We could, since it's Game of Thrones is done and over with, we can do this one. Game of Thrones documentary finally reveals the Night King's motivations. We could talk about scientists on the verge of finding real-life Atlantis.
They've been saying that shit forever.
I know, right?
Let's see what they're actually talking about here.
Just like the freaking Curse of Rhode
Finding-
Island. They've been on that shit.
Real-life Atlantis, North Sea. They found their treasure on Oak Island already.
No,
Mm-hmm. It's the TV show. Although Doggerland has been surveyed countless times, mostly by oil companies looking for fossil fuels, this latest expedition was a chance to prioritize the finding of human settlements in the center of the North Sea. Doggerland covers a vast swath beneath the eastern coast of Britain and mainland Europe. Looking at it now, you would never think that it was once home to a settlement of Mesolithic humans some 10,000 years ago because the region is submerged beneath the North Sea. Recent discovery of a fossilized forest below the waves has renewed researchers' hope of getting closer to a long-lost human settlement. We are absolutely dead sure that we are very close to a settlement, said Vincent Gaffney of Bradford University in the UK. We have now identified the areas where the Mesolithic land surface is close to the surface of the sea floor, so we can use the dredges or grabs to get larger samples of whatever that surface is. The exciting discovery happened during the recent 11-day voyage into the North Sea. Although thousands samples have been taken from there in the past for various research purposes, the latest expedition was a chance to prioritize the finding of human settlements in the center of the North Sea. So, I mean, they're saying they might have actually found the real life Atlantis, but it's probably not Atlantis. They just found a freaking settlement in someplace, that's buried by a sea.
Yeah, like I said, they say the same shit all the time.
Mm-hmm. So global warming thinks the Atlantis death rate. And there's a lot of evidence out there to suggest that Atlantis is actually in Africa. I think it's called the Eye of Africa, is what it's called. It's a geologic feature that's actually can be seen from space, and it's concentric rings. So you have a mound in the middle, then it's like another mound, and then another mound. And you can see where it looks like water had been flowing through. Over time, it kind of looks like where there was a path of water. So that may have actually used to been flooded, and has to do with some sort of something that fucked it up. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of people that have thoughts that that's where Atlantis probably was, but it's really remote, so they can't really look at it. Is everything Trump's fault though? No.
I don't know. It happens with every presidency. It's always, everyone hates the president.
Mm-hmm. So.
You won't know if they're a good president until like fucking 10 years later.
That's true.
Exactly. Building a rocket. So there's some dude building a rocket in his garage to compete with SpaceX and Blue Origin. So Glamour Space Technologies is a plucky startup in the new space race. Its first mission, sending a powerful hybrid rocket to the edge of space. So there's that. More stuff about Call of Duty. So yeah, more stuff about Call of Duty. Crossplay confirmed for Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah, that's a big fucking bomb.
What's that?
I was reading this thing in the 1960s. The Soviet Union designed and tested the Tsar Bomba.
Mm-hmm.
It was 26 feet long and 8 feet in diameter. It was too big to fit within the bomber itself. It released 57 megatons of energy, which is more than 1,500 times that of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs combined.
Mm-hmm. It was a conventional bomb too, right? Because I think the Tsar Bomba is the largest conventional warhead ever created.
That's
Is it
crazy.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at a picture of it. It's fucking massive.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's a big, big, big bomb, and it made a big,
Yeah.
big, big boom.
They were overcompensating for something.
Big boom.
They had to. So, we got a leak on the Marvel Avengers video game. So it will feature single and co-op gameplay. So have you heard of that, Josh?
The what?
There's a new Avengers game coming out.
I heard a little bit about it, but not much.
So, Insect Mound. Talking about the Atlantis thing that I was talking about earlier, I think. So leak shows Marvel's Avengers will feature single and co-op gameplay. Yesterday, the world got treated to the reveal of the game we pretty much always wanted, Marvel's Avengers. Sharing the news on social media, the official Twitter account for the game writes, "Tune in to Square Enix Live E3 2019 for the worldwide reveal of Marvel's Avengers." The event, complete with closed captions, begins June 10th at 6 p.m. If that's not enough for you, it seems that the E3 Coliseum website accidentally listed more about the game than it was meant to, going into quite a bit of detail about what we can expect. Spotted by Evan Filarka, that sounds about right, on Twitter, the since revised E3 said, "Embrace your powers and join key members on the development team at Crystal Dynamics and the creative team at Marvel Games as they talk exclusively about the upcoming Marvel's Avengers." This is the defining Avengers gaming experience, an epic action adventure that combines cinematic storytelling with continuous single-player and cooperative gameplay. Moderated by Andrea Renee, assemble in teams up to 4 players, master extraordinary abilities, customize your heroes to fit your playstyle, and combine powers to defend an ever-expanding world under constant threat. So, it almost sounds like they're going in the direction of like Destiny with it. They're doing like an instanced online, like almost MMO type game.
That'll be interesting.
So I don't know. That might be interesting. It might be. It almost kind of also similar to like what they were doing with Fallout 76. It's almost like they're gonna be like, "Don't worry, Bethesda. We'll show you how to do it." So
Yeah, you know, one thing I wish companies would do is when they show their trailers, I don't give a fuck about cinematics. I want to see the actual gameplay.
yeah, exactly.
Like, who gives a fuck how good the fucking cinematic trailer looks?
It's the only way to judge whether or not it's a good game or not.
Well, the cinematics. There are a lot of people. Go ahead, Josh.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like Josh was saying, there's a lot of people who like they see the trailer and like, "Oh my god, the cinematics are so awesome!" And you're like, "But it's cinematics."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with the gameplay, when you actually see good gameplay, like clear, good, awesome gameplay in a game, you're like,
It's just
now
like,
that's gonna be a good game.
it's just like when you see a trailer of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know if it's good until you actually go and watch the movie itself.
Well, cinematics in a video game are basically just movies, so that's not gonna really tell you anything about how the game plays. So, but
Yeah.
in the Call of Duty trailer, a lot of that was actual gameplay footage. So that's pretty awesome.
I haven't seen it yet.
It looks like it's gonna be a really pretty game. So I'm looking forward to it.
My video isn't popping up on
I have to grab a beer.
I don't know. I didn't do it.
I think you did.
No.
It all started when you messed with shit.
You've had video all evening. or the whole show,
Out.
which is being an issue now. I don't know why.
On the way there, it's fine. Show will be over in 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm. The videos were much more. So, Bradley Jackson says, I'm playing the online test for COD Breakpoint, and it looks nothing like the game. And the videos were much more. Anthem looked pretty, but we all know how that turned out. Yeah, right?
What, Anthem?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a bad game.
I haven't even tried. I haven't even played it. I mean,
People were bitching because they didn't like the grind.
mm-hmm. Well, I haven't even played it yet.
Too bad. You knew, like,
Jesse's watching.
I mean, my roommate has it. He played it for a while.
So, it's like, I have the Origin pass, the online pass for Origin, and I haven't even played it yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't either.
So, it's like
I'm excited. I'm excited for Madden 2020.
Do you even have
Madden
it downloaded?
2020?
Or no?
No, I haven't even downloaded it. It's just not a game that I was too interested in. Madden 2020, we might be able to get into that. We might be able to rock on some Madden 2020.
I don't know if it's going to be on PC or not. It releases July 31st.
Well, if it's gonna be on, if it'll be on PC, we should know pretty soon. It'll be on the Origin. I don't know if it'll be on the Origin pass, but
What?
I don't know if it'll be dropped immediately on the Origin season pass. But
Yeah, I doubt it.
there. So
I'm gonna have to buy it straight out. I think
mm-hmm.
because one thing I love about EA and Madden is they tell you almost all the details. You can go on their website and they tell you everything about the game.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like try to hold it back like we're gonna keep it a secret. They're like, no, here's what we're doing. This is what it is.
So, but I'll get down on some Madden. We can check that out.
They're having like a new what was it? Superstar, like superstar players.
Are they?
Yeah, and they have like special abilities basically.
That
Like
might be
once
neat.
you get there's like an objective. If you complete the objective,
Mm-hmm.
your guy will be in the zone.
Okay.
Like for instance, like Patrick Mahomes will have like perfect passer accuracy throwing across his body, higher agility and speed when running out of the pocket. He'll be able to throw I think his superstar ability is like
Tristan?
he'll be able to throw the ball
You want us
further down
thinking?
the field.
Only option is spanking or get back in your room now.
Who wants a Slurpee?
No, you can have it after the show. You can drink water in the meantime. Sorry about that, Josh.
No, you're fine.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, Bradley Jackson was saying that it might be cross-platform from Microsoft, and I mean, it would make sense. It seems like they're trying to go cross-platform with a lot of games now. Like, Modern Warfare is supposed to be cross-platform.
Yeah, I still don't know how they're gonna balance that shit.
All right, can you keep it up, please, babe?
Yeah. I don't know much about Madden. Or games.
What?
So I'll link it.
We can talk about something else. Go ahead.
I just passed by a story about a volcano in Italy erupting today.
Oh, what?
A volcano.
Oh, volcano.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it now so I can read it. It's right here. Italy's Mount Etna erupts, clouding up Sicily's sky. And that was 7 hours ago.
What's up, Ross?
So it said in the comments, it's Trump's fault.
It's always Trump's fault.
I know everything's Trump's fault.
Yeah,
Fuck.
everything. people playing Trump Private. I thought you took care of it.
He's supposed to have. He's in there going to the bathroom right now.
Oh.
Let's see. What was I gonna say? Hey, Josh, wasn't it you?
You
Huh?
ever heard of what? So go ahead.
I was gonna say, wasn't you I was talking with sometime this week about Need for Speed, and we were talking about that there hasn't been any new Need for Speeds in a long time.
It wasn't me,
Okay. Well, there's a.
but yeah, there haven't been Need for Speeds in a long time.
It's rumored that there's going to be a new Need for Speed this year.
I haven't played Need for Speed since. Well, the when I was in Guam, maybe.
Really?
I think so. I think that was the last Need for Speed I played. Need for Speed Underground, that was the one.
Okay.
With
I think
the drag racing and fucking
Yeah.
drifting. That was
I think I
my
might have
favorite
that
one.
So Don said they'll balance cross-platform of COD with their terrible netcode. So, perhaps.
You ever heard of Falkland Island?
Falkland Islands? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
That's where they tested the nuclear bombs, isn't it?
I don't know. It says it's a massive minefield.
Okay.
But apparently it's become like an accidental preserve for penguins. Apparently there's like over 1 million penguins that live there, but they don't weigh enough to set the mines off.
Oh, well, lucky for them.
No.
Lucky penguins.
They're like, nobody will mess with us. They're
I
safe
know,
from
right?
polar bears, too.
Come over here and see what happens. Try and kill me.
You'll be out there observing, and you see a penguin running from a fucking polar bear, and it's just boom, red mist.
Or you just have a caption, and the penguins are saying, and boom goes the dynamite.
That's funny.
So, Bradley Jackson says it was a British war zone. So the Falkland Islands. Okay. So, Connor would have known a little bit about that one.
I don't know where he is.
So there was another. Again this week there was another story about pilots drawing dicks in the sky. This time it was for the Air Force.
Pilots drawing dicks in the sky?
What's up
Yeah,
with the fucking
'cause remember,
dick drums?
There was
Come
one
on,
a while
guys.
back where a Navy pilot drew a dick in the sky, and then a little while later, and they got in trouble for it. Then a little while later, there was another pilot. I think it might have been a Marine pilot, but I can't remember. But there was another pilot that ended up drawing a dick in the sky, and then now there's Air Force. There was a dick drawn in the sky, but the Air Force is denying that they deliberately drew the dick. So, Air Force denies its fighter pilots deliberately made phallic vapor trails in the sky during a training exercise over Arizona. Pilots from the 388th Fighter Wing's 4th Fighter Squadron were the first operational unit to fire the F-35's 25mm cannon in a strafing run during training. The two-ship formation fired on 2 sets of ground targets on the Utah Test and Training Range. You guys need to quit now! Training range, August 13th. You're going to get a spanking, dude. Loading and firing the cannon was one of the few capabilities airmen in the 388th and 419th fucking fighter wing had yet to demonstrate. The F-35A's internal cannon shows the aircraft to maintain stealth against adversaries as well as fire more accurately on ground targets, giving pilots more tactical flexibility. So, alright.
That's pretty interesting, drawing dicks in the sky. It's pretty funny.
Trying to read about this.
You would do it if you had the chance.
So,
What?
I said you would do it if you had the chance.
Yeah, I know I would.
You did it.
can you
You did it
can
on
you
the
read that,
walls.
please?
You did it on the computer.
Can you read
What
that, please?
part?
Just all of it.
It says the F and F-350 must be. He really wants me to do that. I can't see it. So, U.S. Air Force has gone on record to clarify that a pair of F-35 fighter jets, or F-3, what is it? Did not deliberately leave a trail of vapors in the sky. Looked like giant male sex organs above Phoenix. A spokeswoman from Luke Air Force Base, where the jets are based, provided an official denial to the Air Force Times Wednesday after seeing online pictures of the white smoke plume resembling genitalia on an otherwise blue backdrop far above the earth.
So a dick was drawn in the sky, but the Air Force didn't do it.
Yeah.
I think it was
Sure.
a fake picture.
That is funny though.
It is funny, but if someone's like,
I mean,
flaming
I could
Air
see me.
Force-
I could see me doing that. That's why it's funny.
Well, yeah, because you're a dick.
Josh was a
And
pilot.
you like to draw a dick.
There'd be dicks everywhere he flew.
Oh, yeah.
Dicks and titties for everyone.
You're like, here's a dick for you, here's a dick for you, here's some tits for you.
Yeah, I couldn't do a lot of it though. I'm sure I'd get fired eventually.
Right?
So, we got another story here talking about the set list for E3. Here's every press conference and how to watch it. It's probably going to be a really long article, so I'll just drop it in the comments there. But let's see, Saturday, June 8th, we got EA is going to be on Saturday. Sunday, you'll have Microsoft, Bethesda, Devolver Digital Press Conference. On Monday, they'll have E3 VR and the PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft, Square Enix. Tuesday is going to be Nintendo. And that's all of it. All right, so
That was a
there's-
short thing that you just talked about.
I didn't actually read all the
Oh.
stuff though. I just read who was going to be there. But so yeah, if any of those are, if you're interested in any of that stuff, there's that right there. So you can go ahead and check that out if you want.
Testiculus the nut.
Testiculus the nut.
That's what it says.
What says that?
On the article that the E3 press conferences, it says, where is it? I don't know what it is. It's just a picture. It has like, says the PC gaming show, expect trailers, new announcements, lots of high-tech goodness. And the sky is named Testiculus the Nut.
That's actually kind of awesome.
That's pretty funny. Poor guy.
Testiculus
It's-
the
Oh my
nut.
god.
It's a game, but I don't know what game it is.
Wow.
Oh. So
That's awesome.
It's right under Monday, June 10th, the E3 VR showcase.
E3 VR showcase. Let me see. If
Yeah, it's right under that. It's a little towards the bottom.
Oh, yep. Testiculus the nut. That looks.
Poor character, man.
Looks like some kind of RPG of some type.
It does.
Because it says he has 5,227 DPS, which is
Warrior.
frames per second.
Warrior
Yeah.
does.
Plus, yeah. I don't know what game that is, though.
I recognize it. What game is that? That might be for Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed? I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I know the new Assassin's Creed game has stats like that. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey has stats like that. So it's Ubisoft press conference. Beyond Good and Evil 2 and Assassin's Creed are solid bets for what Ubisoft wants to unveil to us. So yeah, that is from Assassin's Creed. Neat. Okay, because with Assassin's Creed, when you equip your weapons and stuff like that,
I haven't played any of the new ones. I've only played the first two, so
okay.
I'm way far behind.
Because in like Odyssey, when you get your weapons and gear, it's got a warrior. You can either get warrior gear, assassin gear, or hunter gear, and then the type of damage that they do or protect against varies depending on that. So, like assassins are going to be nuke damage, and warriors are going to be hunters are going to be ranged and all that stuff. So. I'm back. Did I miss Game of Trogdor? Well, nope, no Game of Trogdor yet. We're probably not going to cover Game of Trogdor right now.
Well, now I want to know what the fuck it is.
Well, now I want to know what it is too.
He made a joke the other day about Trogdor.
Oh, from Homestar Runner?
Yeah, from Homestar Runner. So, Des probably doesn't know what Trogdor is. But yeah, he's like...
Trogdor!
It was the part
burning down the countryside.
It was
all the people.
It was part from the episode where the dragon was going through and just destroying the whole city, and it was the dragon was edited out with Trogdor. So yeah,
They actually had that song on one of the Guitar Heroes.
did they?
Speaking
Yeah.
of songs, don't listen to Old Town Road.
It was a while ago, but
Don't listen to Old Town Road.
Yeah, don't do it.
So but yeah, Trogdor, the Burnator. So yeah,
It's an addicting song.
it was a man. I mean,
But it's
it was a
one
dragon
song.
man.
so yes, Old Town Road is pretty annoying. So, but
you like it though. You can't say it's annoying.
it's
if
kind
you
of
like
catchy.
it.
It's kind of catchy. I just like it because you hate it, mostly.
I absolutely fucking hate it. Billy Ray Cyrus, and then it's Billy Ray Cyrus' biggest hit of his career.
Yeah, it's
How
Billy
the
Ray
fuck
Cyrus'
is that
only
even
#1 hit,
possible?
which is interesting.
I would think "Achy Breaky Heart" would be his top ever. Nope, it's this fucking Old Town Road song that he only sings the chorus.
Yeah,
That's pretty sad.
it is Billy Ray Cyrus' only #1 hit. So,
Ever in his whole career. That's sad.
but yeah, so Josh,
What?
do you like The Witcher?
Never seen it.
You never
Or
it's a game.
never played it, I meant.
Okay, so it's a RPG. I mean, fairly standard RPG. Really good story, actually, to it too. A lot of cinematics. But they're making a TV show for it, and news has just dropped that they have completed filming the first season. So it's going to be a Netflix series. I don't know. I'm kind of interested, but then at the same time kind of worried because I haven't seen. There's really not much of any as far as movies or TV shows that have to do with video games that were really any good. Can you think of any?
Assassin's Creed wasn't bad.
I haven't watched Assassin's Creed yet. I watched
Prince of Persia was pretty good.
Prince of Persia was actually all right. So
Warcraft was good.
Warcraft was pretty. A lot of people hated it though, but
We watched it. I didn't think it was.
a lot of people didn't like it. But a lot of people also don't like Charlie Hunnam. So
I mean, there's quite a few.
So yeah, Mario Bros wasn't a very good one.
Yeah, well, it was also like a long ass fucking time ago.
Netflix upcoming Witcher series, according to social media posts by its main actor and showrunner. Both also hinted that there could be more seasons in store, but stopped well short of confirming that notion. Henry Cavill.
So,
I was going to say, Henry Cavill, who is playing the titular Geralt of Rivia, posted a photo to Instagram Thursday that showed him sitting in a makeup chair with 2 makeup artists arranging a bald cap on his head as he peers over top edge of his mobile phone. What were you gonna say, Josh?
I was gonna say something else. It's not on this subject.
Oh, okay. Henry Cavill didn't he play Superman or something?
Yeah, he's Superman.
Okay.
But that's what I was gonna say. You know, they announced the next Batman, right?
Yeah, I know. Fucking
Robert Pattinson. I don't know how
Yeah.
everyone feels about that, but
a lot of people
I don't think
say he's a really good actor. So
he is, but I don't know how it's gonna turn out for Batman.
I mean, people scoffed at Heath Ledger being the Joker too. So
Yeah, but he was named
just
one
have
of
to
the
wait.
best Jokers.
Just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
it's
True.
most
He might be good. I mean,
most people
people
are
didn't like Ben Affleck either as Batman. So
well, once the movie actually came out and they saw him as Batman, a lot of people
that's
weren't
what I'm saying. You just
complaining
have to
about
wait
it too
and see.
much. I mean, I'm not really complaining about. I mean, the reason a
I
lot
just
of
don't
people
like Twilight.
yeah, then that's the reason a lot of people are upset about it because
I'm not saying he's a bad actor or anything like that. I just fucking, oh my god, I tried to watch it. I'm not gonna lie, I gave it a go. And then he took his fucking shirt off and it was sparkling, and I was like, I'm done.
But the thing, another thing I'm wondering is like, so they only gave Ben Affleck one movie as Batman. Like, why are they changing that up?
Okay, so the next Batman films are going. So Ben Affleck's like the older Batman, and this is gonna be Robert Pattinson is gonna be like a younger Batman.
Okay.
That's why they picked him because he's like only 30 something or some shit. He's in his 30s, so
Okay.
they wanted a younger actor because it's supposed to be about what the fuck is it supposed to be about? I can't remember. I just read it the other day, but I can't fucking remember. But yeah, it's supposed to be before Ben Affleck's Batman.
Okay. So is that what I'm seeing? A lot of people were putting memes out where it's like there's a young, like a kid as Batman, and then like you have the original. It's from the comic book, so I'm seeing this, and it's like the original Batman as he's older is like mentoring him. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Oh. Okay. I don't know a lot about the Batman.
I haven't seen any of those. So
Oh, okay.
any of those things you're talking about. But I mean, I read about it, but I just can't fucking remember what it was. But yeah.
Terrell Quill said, I had to watch those Twilight movies with my wife. Some of the things you do for the people you love.
I would have told her to go fuck herself.
You know what? Athens watched all the movies, so.
I watched all the Twilight movies, but I watched them because the first
Like I said,
one.
I tried to watch them, but I was just like, I couldn't get into them. I was just like, man.
It's like the first one was not a bad movie, and then it's when it got into like. So I watched the first one; it wasn't a bad one. Then I watched the second one because the first one wasn't horrible, and I was like, it's not that great. And then the third one came out, and I'm like, well, I already watched the first two, so I watched the third one, and it wasn't. How many were there? There was like 5, wasn't there?
I thought there was just 3.
The third movie they made in 2 parts.
The third movie they made in 2 parts? Okay. So it was 4 of them. Yeah, it's like, I watched the second one, and everyone was saying how the third one was supposed to be so good. I was like, okay. So I watched the first one of the third one, and I was really disappointed. And I was like, well, I'd already watched the first part of it, so I got to watch the second part. And I was wholly disappointed in the end, but...
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't get into them. I mean...
But then at the same time, I watched all the Harry Potter movies, like, basically the same way. I'd watched the first one, and it was pretty good, and I just kept watching the rest of them because I'd already watched it. I mean, I will say the Harry Potter movies were much better than the Twilight movies, but it's...
My favorite was number 5.
Oh, the Harry Potters?
So I didn't know what Harry Potter was, and I watched the second one. the Chamber of Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one I watched.
Okay.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was in A school and I went to Gurney Mills and watched it, and like, I mean, I liked it a lot. And then that's when I got into Harry Potter. I watched them all. I didn't read the books though. I thought about reading the books. Thought about ordering them off Amazon.
Really, the only books that I've read, I mean, as far as being attached to a movie or something like that, was Lord of the Rings. Where I read the first 2 books. So, yeah, the first 2 books I read, and then that was when I think I was. No, that was before I went to boot camp. I think, or maybe it wasn't. I can't remember.
I read The Hobbit in 7th grade, and then I read The Lord of the Rings my freshman year.
I never read The Hobbit. But I read the first 2 Lord of the Rings books.
The Hobbit is amazing.
I remember when I was reading them, I was like, they totally need to make this a movie. And then a couple years later, they're like, Lord of the Rings movie.
I
And
love
was
the
like,
Lord of the
"What
Rings movies, but they're just so goddamn long.
Yeah.
When I went and watched the first Lord of the Rings movie, there was a guy in there, and he was obviously like mentally handicapped, and he kept like yelling out all the spoilers before they were happening, and people were getting really, really, really fucking pissed off. Like when Gandalf fucking, died, quote unquote. He's like, oh, he's not dead. And I already read the book, so I didn't give a shit, but like a lot of people were fucking pissed off. Like, I really thought he was gonna get his ass beat. I don't even think people cared that he was mentally handicapped.
Like, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, dude, people were fucking throwing shit at him and stuff.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't all there. Like, he was sitting like 2 rows behind me. I don't know. I thought it was.
So, apparently there's some Fortnite scam or something like that going on YouTube where people are lying to kids to get more subscribers on YouTube, lying to them about Fortnite. So let's see what this is about. So YouTubers hungry for a quick inflation to the subscriber base are turning to Fortnite in the latest bloody bid for attention. Fortnite is played by people of all ages, but it's undeniably designed to appeal to younger people. It's a violent cartoon in a bright world where a new villain arrives with every season on the back of an in-game event to spawn an evil purple cube, or cover the map in snow and ice. Fortnite is 2019's most popular Saturday morning cartoon, and it's free to play and watch 24 hours a day. It's these very in-game events that YouTube live streamers are using to manipulate young and/or naive viewers in order to boost subscriber numbers and donation totals, resorting to tactics so transparently misleading and exploitive that the videos for anyone over the age of 6 are borderline unwatchable. And yet the viewers pile in on the most believable and or maybe the most unrelenting of the pack, pulling in thousands of viewers at a time amidst a pack of thirsty, lying thumbnails in the Fortnite YouTube search results. Open a new tab and go to YouTube right now, type Fortnite event in the search box, and then filter the results so only live videos show up. Welcome to hell. While it's true that a massive eye has split open on the side of Fortnite's polar peak, and it is true that cracks have formed in the ice and are slowly spreading over time, nothing of importance is actually happening at all. Epic builds toward major changes in map design and theme over the course of entire 3-month seasons, clearly telegraphing via social channels and the in-game news bulletin when players should log in to witness the turning of the page themselves. For these live streamers, that messaging doesn't matter. They play stupid to get around YouTube's guidelines, phrasing their stream titles as questions or vague statements that, while technically true, communicate a brash sense of urgency, especially in tandem with garish thumbnails that scream even louder, live event, and a chunky red arrow are near guarantees, while the more ambitious streamers Photoshop cracks on the eye itself or throw a Godzilla in for good measure, something to really get a kid's mind turning over. So people are saying, hey, the stuff's starting to happen on Fortnite to get people to watch their stream, and it's actually not happening. Huh. I mean, I guess if you're that desperate for viewers, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's funny. I have literally never subscribed to anyone on YouTube.
I subscribe to a lot of people on YouTube, actually, but
It's because you watch a lot of YouTube.
well, yeah, I do watch a lot of YouTube. So, I mean, but I have subscriptions for all the different things that I like to watch. I watch a lot of science and a lot of car stuff on there. So, and food stuff. I watch a lot of cooking stuff too. I like food. Food. I like food.
I like food too.
Yeah, I know you like food.
So, we've only got one more story left. I mean, it's
early.
huh? We could probably drop out early, but there was a firefighter in Chernobyl that died. They buried him barefoot. The tragic death of Chernobyl firefighter Vasily Ignatenko. Vasily Ignatenko was just 25 when he succumbed to slow death via radiation poisoning after fighting the fires of Chernobyl. Speaking of which, have you heard of or seen the new series Chernobyl?
I know what it is, but I mean, I have HBO and I haven't even fucking watched it yet.
I watched one episode. I mean, it's not bad. A lot of people are saying it's supposed to be like, it's their go-to to replace Game of Thrones and stuff like that. It's supposed to be that good. I don't know. I didn't get that vibe off it, but it was pretty good. But yeah. So I'm assuming this story is kind of tied to some of the firefighters that it's showing in Chernobyl, because in the show, in the first episode, which is the pilot, which is the only one I watched, it's when Chernobyl melts down. Like, there's a bunch of ignorance that ultimately led to it melting down, and all that stuff, and a lot more people end up getting injured because of the way the Soviets lead things. So in the show, it's like, they were seeing problems going wrong with their gauges and stuff like that, and they're like, what the hell is going on? We need to fix this. And the big guy was like, yeah, no, don't worry about it, it's not going to be a problem. And then apparently the reactor just like blew up, and the techs are telling the head dude like, hey, the reactor's not here anymore, it's gone. And they're like, that's not possible, there's no way that could happen. And they sent a whole bunch of people down to the reactor to investigate, and they all died immediately. And then it shows the firefighters come in to start fighting the fire, and they're there not knowing that it's a reactor that just blew up and everything's radioactive around them. And it seems like it'll be pretty neat, but I want to know why they buried this dude without his shoes on.
Without a what?
Without his shoes on. They buried him barefoot. He was 25 years old when he died of radiation, and he probably, I mean, most of those firefighters and stuff like that were there in Chernobyl probably died within a couple days. So, but even after more than 3 decades, the death toll of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster is still widely disputed. According to Newsweek, the wafting clouds of radioactive material over Ukraine, Belarus, and even as far as Sweden killed 4,000 people. That's what UN agencies found, at least. Other estimates estimate deaths in the hundreds of thousands. Despite the fact that a universally agreed upon figure is non-existent, Chernobyl was one of the most historic disasters of the 20th century. The trouble started when the facility's RBMK reactor number 4 experienced an unexpected surge of power, exploded, and blew the roof off. The open-air graphite fires weren't extinguished for nearly 2 weeks, causing plumes and plumes of deadly radiation to float over and settle on vast territories of Russian and Eastern European land. To this day, children in the region are born with birth defects.
Oh, wow.
Before the long-term effects became clear, however, boots on the ground, loyal to the Soviet leadership, ordering them to do their jobs, were the first to respond to the disaster. Most emergency responders, however, were unaware of the true risks. Among the brave souls on the scene was Vasily Ignatenko, a firefighter responding to a seemingly standard blaze at the Chernobyl plant. He died due to radiation exposure less than 3 weeks later. Okay, so, 3 weeks, that must have been a miserable 3 weeks. But his historic contributions helped stop the crisis from becoming even worse. The Chernobyl nuclear power station took its name from a medieval town 9 miles away. The first reactor was completed in 1977, and the whole town of Pripyat was developed around the site. Workers and their families settled there while the USSR envisioned the city as a model for its atomic future. Then in 1986, disaster struck. The disaster itself began with seemingly innocuous tests on reactor number 4, intended to gauge how functional the plant could be during unexpected power loss. The goal was to see if the power generated from steam turbines could be effectively transferred to backup generators. When the flow of water coolant decreased and the turbines slowed down, all data pointed in the right direction. The reactor's energy output rose as expected. The next step was inserting control rods made of boron carbide, which prevents fission reactions, into the reactor core to reduce the output. Unfortunately, and most certainly unbeknownst to all personnel, Chernobyl's control rods had graphite tips. The material meant to decrease energy output was located in the middle of these rods. Thus, upon inserting the graphite tips, fission was immediately increased, and a sudden surge of power caused the reactor's output to spike. Steam explosions subsequently cracked the reactor open and blew the upper casing through the building's ceiling. All of this was done under the supervision of Deputy Chief Engineer Anatoly Dyatlov, who later claimed he was merely following procedure that night. Had he known that the control rods would have done the exact opposite of what they're intended to do, he said he certainly wouldn't have given the order. I still want to know why this dude was buried without shoes.
Yeah, well, I'm letting you know you're only halfway done with the article.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
All right.
I already read it all.
Does it say why he's buried without shoes?
No, I didn't see anything about that.
Jesus Christ. All right. So, yeah, this dude was buried without his shoes, and I'm not going to end the, this is about the, has to do with the HBO miniseries. Okay. I guess you're just going to have to watch Chernobyl to find out why he was buried without his shoes. I'm not reading that whole article. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna let you know that it's really fucking long.
So, yeah, go ahead, watch Chernobyl or read the article so you can find out why they buried him without his shoes on. I guess.
Okay, wait. Here it is. They couldn't get shoes on him because his feet had swelled up. They had to cut up the formal wear tube because they couldn't get it on him. There wasn't a whole body to put it on.
Oh man, okay.
Oh wow, that's horrible.
Well, that sucks. So,
Poor guy.
all right. Well, with all of that being done and said, that is and was our last story, and we only have 12 minutes left on the show anyway. So, let's go ahead and cut it. You got to cut it.
But yeah, that's why it says they buried him without shoes. Sorry, I just want to give everyone closure.
Okay.
Says they couldn't find a pair of shoes to fit him because his feet had swollen up, so they buried him barefoot.
Damn. That freaking,
That's horrible.
yeah, freaking nuclear poisoning. Freaking, yep. That's why I said that had to have been a miserable few weeks because that's not a pleasant way to die.
Yeah, that would have been terrible, bro.
So, that's not a pleasant way to die, nuclear poisoning and all that stuff.
No. It's
So, because what happens is, even though, like, nothing's hot, so, like, if you watch Chernobyl, you saw it, like, there's pieces of, debris on the ground and all that stuff, and it doesn't look hot or seem hot, but it's so radioactive that, like, some of the firefighters were picking up, with their, firefighting gloves on and all that stuff, picking up pieces of debris outside of the thing it was showing in the show, and immediately getting, like, third-degree burns,
yeah.
on their hands just immediately just from touching it. And it's not because the pieces themselves were hot, it's just the radiation itself, the radiation burns and all that stuff. It's not a good way to, yeah. Okay, but either way, yeah, it has been and is 1700 somewhere. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you back here, same time, same place. Make sure you go check out Vet Radio Syndicate and Backwoods Veterans and all the other guys that we have over here on VRS. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting us. And we'll catch you back here, same time, same place. Now his ghost haunts people, whispering, "Where are my shoes?" in their ears. Oh, there was a fucking... There's a one of the stories in the scary stories to tell in the dark. There was, but it was his thumb. So there's a story in the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Before we cut, I'll tell this real quick. So this kid's walking around outside and he sees a thumb sticking up out of the ground, and he gets the thumb out of the ground. And if I remember, it's been a long time since I read it. If I remember correctly, he brought the thumb home, and his mom ended up cooking it up for dinner, and they ate it. And then, or at some point, they ended up eating it. But when the kid was sleeping, there's a ghost that kept coming in his room saying, "Where's my thumb?" and all that stuff. And yeah.
That's funny.
So, speaking of which, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, they are making a movie of that one also, and I'm really interested in that. Yeah, but check me out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And yeah, with that, I'm Alan. Josh, you have anything?
I don't have anything. I'm good.
All right.
You can find me on my personal page, Desiree Nunn. If you can't find me, you can always find me on Athen. I think I'm one of his top friends on his friends list. Or you can come and follow my page. It's called The Companion. I haven't shared shit on there in a long time, and I need to. Next time I make jerky, I'll film.
Oh boy. All right. With all that, make sure you come back same time, same place next week. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Love your faces. We're out.